Welcome back to Slow and Slow Barbecue. Today is all about dry brining. You see me do it a lot, let's do an experiment. First off, what is dry brining actually? You salt your meats a day prior, so let them rest for 24 hours in the fridge uncovered. That's what we're going to do now. It's supposed to keep the moisture in so you get a more juicy result and it flavors the meat all through. I know it works, but I want to prove the point. So I have 4 steaks here. I'm going to dry brine 2 of them. I've taken the weight raw right before we salted them. I'm going to measure them again tomorrow to see, well, how much in weight they've lost, brined and unbrined, and then we're going to cook them and see how much juice comes out. Let's do this. Okay, here are my 4 steaks. This one says 314 grams. Yeah, close enough. 270. 280. A small one with 235. Let's brine these. You take some coarse salt. It's kosher salt in the US usually. I take this Molten sea salt, and you put on about a teaspoon per kilo. So this would be a 1/4 teaspoon. From both sides. The fact is, we let them sit in the fridge uncovered on this rack so they can dry out a bit. This helps with searing, but in order to get a good comparison, I'm gonna let these dry out in the fridge unsalted. And yeah, let's see where we are tomorrow. Okay, I decided to do the dry brine for 48 hours instead of 24. You can see it in the color. These are a bit darker and these are not so dark, but I left these uncovered in the fridge as well. So here's the verdict. Used to be 235, now it's 209. This used to be 280, it's 253 now. Those were the unbrined ones, the unsalted steaks. And now the dry brined ones, 270 is now 248. And 314 is now 290. Okay, in the meantime I've cooked these. This is the first, the lightest steak. Let's see where we weigh in now. 189, so it's lost another 20 grams. It's the wet aged, and the second wet aged. Not wet aged, unbrined, sorry. Was 253, is now 218. The first brine steak is at 210, it was at 249. And finally, the most heavy one is now at 250, was 289. I will cut into these, see how juicy this is, and come back with a verdict. Okay, this is an unbrined steak, and you can see quite a bit of fluid coming out. Here you have the dry brine steak, and hardly any fluid is coming out. The weight loss was not as consistent as I thought it would be. I actually repeated the experiment with sous vide and had similar results. The weight loss in total, even if you do not put the unbrined steaks into the fridge uncovered, but in a bag, the weight loss is essentially the same for dry brined and unbrined steaks in my experiment. There's people a lot more scientific than me that found the brine steaks to lose less weight. So actually, that proves that the salt is not making it lighter and not causing it to shed more liquid and thus make it less juicy. Um, the result when you cut into the steaks was the same all the time, not only in this experiment, but from all my experience with steaks. Um, you do not have all these juices running onto your plate. Of course, you can mop them up, but the brine steaks are juicier. They are they just taste better because the salt elevates the whole flavor profile. And yeah, I think that makes a pretty strong case for dry brining. If you haven't tried it, at least give it a go. You know, what can go wrong? Um, I had to eat a few unbrined steaks, which is not so nice in my world. So you could just go ahead and try brining a steak and thanking me afterwards. Take care, keep cooking. Thanks for watching.